Hello and welcome to another riveting episode of Sippin' Coffee with Jeff. I'm Jeff, and we're back home in the office. I made a couple updates. I shifted the desk over a little bit, and I missed the tropics, so we added some tropics to the back here. This is the podcast where I talk about anything I want. Sometimes we talk about AI, sometimes we talk about website design, sometimes we just talk about life, and sometimes I have people on to help me not go crazy and talk to myself for God knows how long. Hopefully this week we will connect with Shayla, my former leader. I've been saying that now for a couple weeks now, but this week I will make it happen, Shayla, I promise. So, back at it. Back at the grind. This morning I got up. I made sure I went to bed early last night, which is one of the things that actually this vacation helped me establish as a better bedtime. I was going to bed staring at my phone, doom scrolling at 1, 2 in the morning, sometimes 3. And on this vacation, I really wanted to see the sunrise because I was right on the ocean. And you can't get a better sunrise than that. So I would go to bed at about 10:30, 11 max, and get up. Sunrise was usually around 7:20, so I would try to get up around 6:30, 6:40 just to clear the cobwebs and get up and go out to the beach and watch the sunrise, and that was so awesome. It was so worth it. And so last night when we got home Saturday and stayed up a little bit on Saturday, and then yesterday went to bed at around 10:30. It was a little bit before 10:30 that I went up and had to fall asleep. But got up this morning at 6:30, had my coffee, was able to browse some TikToks, and I was able to sit down and work on my planner, work out the week's worth of podcast ideas that I want to touch on, figure out what I want to accomplish with the week. And it really helps kind of set the tone for where I want to be. Yesterday, I got a little bit of grocery shopping done, just trying to bring my house in order. And, it's funny, growing up, my dad used to say, if your room isn't clean, then your life is a mess. He taught me very early to get up and make my bed. No, I don't make my bed today. I just throw the covers, back on, whatever. But the lesson still remains where a clean room or a clean home, where everything's in its place, where it needs to be, it helps everywhere else. Because if your home is chaos, your place where you will go to center yourself, to relax, to forget the day. If it's chaos, you don't have food you want to eat when you want to eat it. You don't have, you're trying to think up dinner, and every night it's another thing you have to think about. Where, as a working person, that's a heavy ask. You're thinking all day. You're making decisions all day. You're whatever, and that's why those meal plan websites like Factor and all them. That's why those things are so appealing to so many people, is because you don't have to think. You sit down once, you make a menu for the month, and that's it. And so took some time yesterday, and I made a menu for the month, as we've talked about. I bought my meat for the month, with the exception of a couple things I'm going to pick up at Aldi today. And now I don't have to think. I was this morning, I'm like, oh man, what did I think about? What's for dinner tonight? And so I just pick up my list and look at it, and roast chicken with some veggies and a salad, and perfect. I don't have to think about anything. All I got to do is go out into the freezer, take out some chicken breasts, get them defrosting. I got to go out today, pick up the veggies for the week and some sides. Dunzo. Perfect. And so that's one less thing I got to worry about. So I thought about, what do I need to do to get on track for this week? And so instead of putting it directly in my planner, I got this wonderful planner. I'll show it to you guys one of these days, but it's got a normal planner side on the left. You got your normal monthly plan, and then on the right, it breaks down into personal goals, work goals, things you want to do this week to improve. So relationships, work, health, all that. And at the bottom is kind of an introspective, retrospective of how did your week go. So you touch on that at the end of the week when you do some introspection, right? And on the top right, it has a habit tracker. So you can track, my habits that I want to track are going to the gym. I'm going to try to go to the gym 5 days a week, not actually working out 5 days a week, but I want to plan my relaxation and I want to plan my workouts because, I just felt like garbage. I didn't get to work out yesterday and I like it. I like how it makes my body feel. So, plan that. And then the other habits I want to track is drinking water. I have a big 40-ounce water bottle, and I want to do that at least twice a day. I want to drink that whole thing twice a day. So I mark that down on there. So that helps. And so what is on the plan for the week? What are we trying to do? And my most important thing that I could focus on right now is getting my website dialed in, getting it client ready. And so I sat down and I listed out all of the pages that I'm going to need to attend to. And, if you take a look here, this is my site. This is, look at, I'm frozen up in the top there. Let me see if I could fix that. So, yeah, there we go. So here's the website, level99design.com. It's beautiful. It's got a home, about us, some case studies, and we'll go through it because I'd like to show you. Big hook, get your website in 5 days. This is a premium product. Most design companies take 30 to 45 days minimum to develop a quality website. I'm going to give you one in 5 days. I do have a more in-depth version of it. But I kind of go through here, beautiful custom websites, launch in 5 days, what exactly, why you should choose this package, how it works. Here's my intake. We answer some questions. I analyze and plan, and then I deliver and launch. And I can do that very streamlined as long as my intake is good. And that's something I got to work on this week. So here is an example. This is the website we did right before vacation. And it breaks it down. Custom tailored design. Yes, I started from a wireframe. I designed this wireframe, and I was able to get the client's color preferences, and I built it out. This is the homepage. Mobile and speed optimized, SEO ready for Google ranking, conversion focused strategy. If you look, click to call everywhere. Everywhere. Click to call, because that is what he said is most important to him. Some may be focused on form fills. For a service-based industry, they just want their phone ringing. And so that's what we focused on. And then here are some websites I've done. Right now, these don't go anywhere. I'm going to make those active this week. They're going to take you to a portfolio page where you can browse the whole website and click a button right there to convert. That will go right to a form fill that or schedule it'll actually go right to and I'll show you what it is here. If you click get started, that takes you right over to my Calendly. So you can book a strategy session right with me, and that's where I'll close you. And so choose a package deal. These are loose pricing right now, but it's basic pricing for what I offer. You got the starter, $27.99, very fair price for a 5-page website. And then $49.79, again, very fair for a 10-page with service pages, locally optimized, launch in 30 days. 5-page goes within 5 days. And then there's some add-ons, right? Like the hosting, extra service pages, more in-depth SEO packages, a premium SEO plan, all that. Now I'm going to build out It's one of my things I got to work on is all my service pages, all my local service pages, which will be optimized specifically for the local market that I'm targeting. A little bit about me. Here's my workstation, my Geek Station. And then go into a little bit about the services I provide. And right now, this isn't optimized. I need to have more call to actions here, right? And these will link directly to those service pages. Maintenance packages, Google Ad Management, search engine, and AI process automation. And then I go into a little bit about why people love us. Here's my testimonials. Come in here. And the footer, my refund returns policy, which is very important, by the way, if you're a business owner and you're doing business online, if you're selling anything online. Very prominently, I got bit by this. I lost about $3,600 plus a lot of time and pretty much closed my last business because as a business owner, we weren't prepared for this catastrophic event of a chargeback, and we should have. That was a hard lesson to learn. And I know some of you that have been in business a long time say, yeah, no duh. But this was my first real foray into a large service business online. And without that policy, I lost $3,600 and my business because we couldn't recover with over $10,000 being held by Stripe. I was able to win the second chargeback by a customer that we never should have brought on in the first place. You got to listen to your gut as a business owner, and we didn't. We chased the money, and it cost us. And so, lesson learned. I learned what to do, what not to do. So, yeah, if you go up, take a look. My About Us page is on my list of things to do. I don't really like this design. This is coming from my previous website. It does tell about me, but it's not the design and look that I want. And then I break down in some case studies. So here are some websites that, like this is the Lakeside Floor to Ceiling that we did right before break. Here's a law firm that I did. Here's a beautiful global product development team I did. Beautiful site. So I'm going to do a couple case studies here, put some case studies down for my process automation, things like that, so people can get a real good idea of the services that I offer. And so that's on the, oh, look at that, I froze up again. That is on the docket for this week. My service pages and all that. Beyond the website, I'll be working on getting the SaaS product that we talked about. I got to get the foundation built on that. There's a toolkit that I have to put together that will enable me to save cost, and I'll go through all that for those interested. Usually when you do this kind of building, there is other subscriptions that you need. So a lot of people are interested in the free, like how can I do this for free or very low money? That's the way I'm going to go. But normally you would there's certain subscriptions that you would have to get. And so you base about, $100 a month or whatever it is, which is nothing if you're turning these into a product that you can sell at a subscription base or in a one-off base. But I've done that route. Now I want to challenge myself to stand up a cloud server to run some of these APIs myself. And that will give me a good basis for all the other products that we're going to deliver through Buzz Engine. So, that's my week. I just wanted to kind of get on here and do a good reset of where we're going and what I plan on doing. Today's fit, let's see, is the Ron John sweatshirt. I got a crew neck sweatshirt from there. If you have not been to Ron John down in Cocoa Beach, it is worth the trip. It is massive, massive. It used to just be a surf shop. Now it is a surf shop plus. Tons of accessories, tons of clothing, 2 levels. I mean, the damn thing's massive. So it is worth the trip. And I got brand new sticker for the back of the Jeep from Ron John's, and this sweater. So, and oh, I didn't put it on, but I did get a new bracelet to wear. It is a follow, FAHLO, I believe it's called. It's where you're basically sponsoring, tracking a animal across the world. So I got the wife one and me one. Mine's a lion. Hers is a penguin. My lion walked 15 miles yesterday. Traveled across the African. It wasn't Sahara. It's on the right side, but it went from more desert area up into the green area, probably chasing some prey. But anyway, that's what I wanted to cover today. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad I'm chomping at the bit to get going. That's why I'm wrapping this up after about 15 minutes. Tomorrow we'll go through some of the pages that I designed. I'm going to talk about why you need service pages, why you need to optimize specifically local service pages, or have your design company do that for you. And if you are looking for a design company, I can certainly do that for you, and get you more optimized for local search traffic and drive more business for your business. So thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And until then, have a good one.